I'm gonna move back one seat.
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, as long as I keep my fingers out of the
Out
camera.
of the camera. Okay,
Yeah.
everybody. We're doing a little live Q&A style thing suggested by Discord. Amy's here. Amy is filming. Hi, Amy.
Hello.
Amy is going to read off some of the questions that we have prepared a little bit, and then any questions that come in from the chat, we'll kind of intersperse those and kill some time while I'm here at the airport. Got about 3 hours before my flight.
Hello, Curtis. Hello, Dino. Does anyone have any questions? No, you're just on time, Curtis.
Yes. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Dino. So, yeah.
All right, if we have no questions from the audience, here's the first question I
First
have
question.
prepared. What was your favorite part of this particular mine fair?
Favorite part. For me, it was meeting Good Times with Scar. I've always liked his work. I liked what he does, and I think with the things that he has to deal with beyond Minecraft and things, I think he's a real trooper, and I wanted to meet him and talk with him. So that was a lot of fun. I gave him a BB-8 dome that I made because I do the Joy building, and he was just geeking out over it. It was really great to see. So we talked a lot, and there may be things coming from him later. I don't know.
All right, so I do have a question from DSA Gra.
Okay.
She is asking, what did you get her?
I really didn't get anything for anybody, but I did get some plushies. I got a cat, like a black cat plushie, the tuxedo cat, and I got a let's see what else. I got a white llama with the blue.
You got the trader llama.
Right.
Hey, DSA, because chat does scroll really fast for me, could you Discord me any messages while
that would be
Tinker is
helpful.
answering? That would help me out.
Appreciate that. I also got because the Pig of Destiny, they had a pig finally there, but it had a saddle. So I have a pig with a saddle. I picked up a backpack. See, I had all this space in my bag taken up by that dome, and so my bag is half empty. So I just thought I'd fill it up with merchandise. So I got some things like that that I can have later on. I might show it off in a stream later. I just packed my bag. I don't dare get it out. They'll never get it shut again.
Okay, I think it was CT, but CT asked, did you get anything for your son? Hello, Thomas.
Maybe. We've had some issues with my son over the past couple days, so I'm not sure he's deserving of anything. But we were at I went to a park with Helen Angel, who's the community manager for Microsoft. It was at the original place where Minecraft Con, before it became Minecon, it was the first place where they showed up. It was kind of like people just showed up at a park to show that the game had a lot of following. And so she was there, and she gave away a lot of things. So I have a couple of things from there, like little mini figures and stuff like that. So
That's
and
cool.
there's some news that they gave out. I'll segue into this. That apparently they will be doing in the next few weeks, starting to give out hints on Twitter and on their Discord, the Minecraft Discord, for access to a new game they're coming out with, which is a Minecraft-themed dungeon crawler. She used the word Diablo once. She was trying not to, but I think it's going to be Diablo-esque, but it's going to be Minecraft. She did say that it's not going to be player matched, where you just get thrown with people you don't know. It's only going to be, you can only go and play with people that you know. So, which I'm kind of thankful for. So, we'll see if that comes up. But keep watching Twitter for that.
Okay, and hello, Donut. Welcome to the chat. We have a question from, I believe, Jackslot. When will Tinker 77 merchandise be available for purchase?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about something for possibly for the Chicago Mine Fair in September. I've got to figure out what kind of merchandise I would want to do. Right now, what I'm just thinking about right now, it might be some easy things to do, like some posters, some larger postcards, that sort of thing. Shirts are kind of expensive, and I don't have a lot of money to get like shirts and hats, because you got to buy a certain amount of them, and then you're spending a few $1,000s, and I don't quite have that budget yet. But I could probably work out some sort of posters and things. But I got to get some more artwork done and that sort of thing. But I'm thinking about it for maybe Chicago.
Okay, so I will ask you this question, and it's at your discretion to answer. Donut asks, where is Tinker from, and how old is he?
Where is Tinker from? I'm from the Cleveland, Akron, Ohio area. So it's always the Browns and the the Cleveland Cavaliers are the big sports teams in the area. How old? Well, let's see. I won't say exactly, but the 77, if you don't know, a little trivia, the 77 in Tinker 77 is based on the movie date that Star Wars came out. That might help. So, so that's pretty good.
Okay, so I do not see any more questions for the audience. You kind of talked about this a little bit, but what was it like to meet Scar?
What was it like? Meeting Scar, you gotta understand with Scar he's in a wheelchair and he has has the oxygen and he also has feeding tubes and things. So, you know, when you go up to people, you like to shake hands, or a lot of people at Mindfair, there's a lot of hugging going on, especially when people are leaving, and you don't want to really do that. So you try to relate, and you had to be aware of it. Sometimes he would be in a situation you could see he was restless because he had to get out for medical reasons.
Right.
So you had to work with that. But as far as talking with him, he was a lot of fun, very down to earth. We were talking about Star Wars and his love of Disney. His parents drove him there, and his parents were just fabulous. I mean, they sat and watched and really didn't participate as far as helping him out. He did everything himself, but they were nearby, you know, sitting over at the Diamond stage watching and stuff, and they were troopers, you know. But he handled everything really well. He was sitting with at the same table as Dire Wolf 20. So, and Dire Wolf helped him out with some things too, but you know, it was just fabulous. He did a great job.
Okay, my next question for you is, did you find any inspiration from Mindfair for your future projects?
Did I find any inspiration, like for in-game projects or out of that? I mean, I found some things for streaming and things. Not really, I guess, for inside of the game. But as far as outside projects, I did some ideas for coming up for how I want to handle things when I'm at Mindfair the next time.
Okay.
With my line that I do. I was told that I talk too much and I spend too much time, and Vanilla Raccoon said, hey man, it's just an elevator pitch, but I think of it as more I'm interacting with an audience and I want to ask a question or two and then move them along. So maybe I could change that up and get a little more prepared for it. There's a bunch of things to do.
Okay. Donut asks, is there any other hermits that attended this Mindfair?
Are there any other hermits that attended this Mindfair? No, only Scar was there. I have met Paul Symmetry at another one in Chicago last year, so they do appear, and I know they're trying to get more of them, but a lot of them are over in the UK, so they don't make it over here. There was some of the people who were the bigger ones were like Stacy Plays, Parker Games was here, OMG Chad was here, so there's a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Good. Hello, Aspie Bear. Welcome to the stream. Jude asks, how did you come up with the name Tinker77?
Well, that was the hardest part. I had like 4 different names that I picked out, and then they just didn't sound right. So eventually I came up with Tinker because I work with the droids, and I'm always playing with Legos, and I'm always tinkering with things, not necessarily finishing any project, but getting into it. So I went with that, not even knowing that there was a mod named Tinker's Construct, which I get a lot of flack for. I didn't know. I just made Tinker, and that was taken everywhere I went, and I went with 77 for the Star Wars.
Okay, Alash asks, where are you at?
Right now, we are in the Seattle-Tacoma airport before the security check-in. We came here with Candy and Stina, and Amy drove, and Candy and Stina had to go get to their flights that are earlier. So they're already through checkpoint. They're probably sitting at their gates. I've got like 3 hours before my flight, so I'm sitting with Amy out here. We're just hanging out. That's why the Q&A session came up. And we're just having a little bit of fun. And then eventually I'll go through there and find my flight. I got a long flight. I have a flight from here down to Dallas. And I have an hour layover, and then I have to fly up to the Cleveland-Akron area, and I get in about midnight. So, and then I got to be at work at 7 a.m. So I've got quite a haul. I'll be sleeping on the plane.
Hello, Gru. Welcome to the chat.
Hey, Gru. Nice
So-
Tina Death shirt.
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
So, DSA asks, any inspiration for your channel?
Any inspiration for the channel? Yeah, there's been some things with some artwork that I wanted to do. I was talking about some equipment stuff. I talked a little bit to Admin about, he always wears a Mixer like hoodie. And I was talking to him about Mixer and things. I mean, I've had some okay luck with YouTube streaming, especially going live like with the phone. But I've been thinking about lately about maybe going over back to Twitch or maybe to something else like Mixer. D Live wasn't really working out for me, so I don't know. Um, you see a lot of people doing stuff. I mean, like Effect and Wild Goat and Ace and Hack were there. That was great, and they were doing their thing. But it was all just like people streaming and doing, taking B-roll footage and stuff like that. So
Okay, I didn't see who asked this question because it was kind of long, but someone asked, is it true that everyone's trying to get out of Ohio?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I don't know if they are. In fact, I've got a friend down in Dallas or Houston who's trying to get back to Ohio. So, I don't know. It depends. There's a lot of things are happening with jobs and such. Like, if you saw in the news in Youngstown, Ohio, the Chevy plant was shut down. And so a lot of people were starting to move, but then all of a sudden it was sold to a company who's bringing business in. So then there's people wanting to come back. So I don't know. It's kind of going either way,
Okay, on something a bit more lighthearted.
Okay.
Did you enjoy Seattle?
I enjoyed Seattle. I did get out a little bit. On the Friday night that I was here, we went to see the Space Needle, and that was so much fun. I had not thought that would be so much fun. And then last night we went to some places. What was it called? I can't remember.
The Pike Place Market is where you went last night.
Yeah, and it was really cool. It was right down near the shore, near all the piers and things. There's a huge Ferris wheel that we went on. There was this alley. It was, imagine you're going in a Diagon alley downhill, but all of the walls were covered with bubble gum. I mean, it was disgusting.
I should have warned you about that.
It was cool, but disgusting. It was one of those pictures things. It was colorful. There was gum stuck everywhere, and people would actually write their names in gum. And then they were sticking on pipes that must have had like hot water or steam or something. And so those would like drip the gum. It was oozy. It was kind of nasty, but it was kind of cool.
Okay, so some of the questions have scrolled by, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
One question from Aspie Bear, who is from quite a different time zone from us, is what time is it here currently?
I have it as 10:36
That sounds correct.
a.m.
Yes.
And, which means at home it's 1:30 p.m.
So for Aspie Bear, just so you know, because she included this in her message, she says that it's 7:35 there, her time.
A.m. p.m.
PM.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah, that's overseas.
Yeah, she comes from overseas.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, so I've got a 3-hour time difference between my home time zone and this here. So
I think this is from Jack Slacks. He asks, who made your channel art?
can't remember her name. Tarwiwi, is that right? I learned about this through the Ratteries, who was also here at the Ratteries up at Chicago Mine Fair, and kind of keyed me into. I think it's Tarwiwi, I think is her name. Anyway, she does a lot of channel art for a lot of the Minecrafters. I mean, she makes a good bit of money from it. She's really good and she's quick and responsive when you need it. So, and I had a lot of that done. Now, I did get a couple of renders done by Nystro. But I haven't really used that as much because I've been kind of going with the artwork. But
Okay. So give me 1 second to try and remember the other question that was asked.
okay, you're trying.
I'm trying to read the new questions and remember the old ones, and it gets a little difficult. Okay, CT, because I'm also trying to remember who asked it when I can.
Yeah.
Why did you not stream yesterday?
That's a great question. It was because of the battery. I had brought my charger. It was one of those wireless chargers. And so I put it on the charger, and then I woke up at like 5 a.m. here, and I looked over, and it wasn't charging. So I had like basically 60% charge for the day, and I didn't have my battery pack, so I just didn't do any streaming. I did some recording here or there, and just went kind of like, gray mode on the phone. So I had it available. Now, later on, people had batteries, but it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening.
Right.
So I didn't stream at all. I did some recording though. And I did get some recording. Speaking of that, there were some fun things which I'll try to get out. I was part of an interview in the morning, and I think it was Candy that did the whole entire video recording of the interview session. And I have that video already. That's probably a 20-minute Q&A with some other rising stars. So I'll probably do that in a separate video. And then later on, we had a great day. Right at the end of the day of Mine Fair on the second day, I was challenged to an egg hunt with Stina, and that whole thing I think was recorded. So that'll be probably another video out there. But it was fun because we were just having a lot of fun, you know,
Mm-hmm.
going head to head. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, so the next question is from Gru. Gru wants to know that if there's a Mindfair Seattle next year, if you would return.
I would like to. I really like this location. It's so amazing seeing the mountains and seeing like some of the mountains with like the snow on top. We don't really have that in Ohio. We have like more like the Appalachian foothills. So you know you see some good sized hills, but it's not like that. And I have lived up like towards Lake Erie, and so I'm used to seeing the water. But here you go and you see the water, and then there's like mountains on the other side of it, and it's just kind of strange to me. The traffic's kind of weird here. Annie is a great driver. We got cut off. I mean, I probably would have hit the guy. So we got cut off by this van that was just, I mean, it was inches away. So
You get used to it when you live here. So we have some people telling us they're having a hard time hearing us. A bit sorry about that. The airport is a bit loud, and
I'll go closer.
we're trying to work on it. That's why I'm moving a little closer to Tinker.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I think that's all the questions I've seen from the audience now. So I'm going to ask my next question that I
Okay.
wrote up. Are there any attractions in Seattle you would recommend visiting to anyone in the audience, should they come here?
The only thing I really saw that I liked the best was that the Space Needle. That was awesome.
Okay.
It was great going up there. We spent we went there specifically at right about at dusk, so you got to see the light change and the lights from the buildings kick on and some things, and it was just beautiful. It was a little scary with all the the glass floors and all of that, but it was a lot of fun. And I've got some pictures from there too, which I'm going to try to edit something together. Not today. Maybe I can get editing tomorrow, so look for something maybe Wednesday. It depends on Scouts tomorrow night. So,
Okay. And my next question for you is, do you
Yes.
have any advice for anyone who's trying to learn the Feed the Beast egg hunt mode at home? Hello, Ram.
well, any advice is, oh boy. I would do the easy mode first. There was a guy there saying that he was doing the run in like 11 and a half minutes to get all of the eggs. There's 32 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just try to figure out where things are. Like, for instance, there's a big ship, and I didn't know this, but underneath the ship, if you try to swim underneath and go up from underneath, there's another egg inside of the ship. So if you think about like where you could hide things, you might find some things. Just try to memorize where they are, and you can get better at it if you do the same map over and over. They had a second map there, but I didn't get to play it. It was like a
Mm-hmm. Castle.
map. Yeah. I was gonna try to do that, but I didn't get to it. I
Okay.
didn't do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to find time. CT asks, how did the Space Needle in person compare to the one Stina built on the Wells Night server?
I didn't see very much of Stina's. I've seen like little bits. I think that the one in Seattle's taller. I think, and it rotates at the top. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to rotation with Minecraft. I wish Tina could have gone to see that. Well, she did before I got into town, I think.
No, she did not, but we did actually walk up to the Space Needle as a group before. We chose not to go up
Yeah,
though.
it was like $40 to go up.
Yeah, when we saw the price, we opted not to go to the top.
Yeah, it was like $40 to get up there. But once you're up there, you don't have to like go up and come back down. You could be up there. We were up there for like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And taking pictures and seeing things. And Famous Films was with our little group, and he was doing a whole bunch of TikTok videos with like Titanic music playing, and
That's cool.
you know.
That must have been an awesome experience. So the next question is from Jude, I do believe.
Jude,
Did you get a chance to speak to the Feed the Beast mods? And if so, what is the next mod pack coming out?
I did speak with them. I didn't ask about mods, so I don't know. But those guys are there all the time too, so I know them. So it's mostly just hanging out, saying what's up. But I will give this, and I'll say this about speaking with mods. There were 3 mod developers there, and I only got to speak with one of them. And that's Drolkus, I believe is how you pronounce it. And he was the mod creator, basically, of Twilight Forest and the Chisel mod. Not Chisel and Bits, but just regular Chisel mod. And I actually got to spend some time with him, and I did do a little quick interview, like a 3-minute interview, which I will have sometime in my video with Drolkus, talking about to Twilight Force and some of the changes that he's doing for it. Some updates to things and some things he's already done, but some changes are coming to Twilight Force, which is kind of cool. And also he's has given me some tips and some things to go check out to do my own mod, which I've had some ideas. I was kind of, I don't know quite anything that much about it. It's very loose ideas right now. So.
Okay, and what is the next Mind Fair you plan on attending?
Next Mind Fair I will be attending is Chicago. It's sometime in September. I know there's no more Mind Fairs for 2 more months, and then I think they're over in Charlotte's the next one, but I won't be there. I'll be at Chicago.
Okay.
And Paws will be there with me because we are in driving distance, so that'll be fun. So yeah, you'll see both of us there.
All right, and Jack Slacks, please do stay safe from tornadoes.
Yes.
Getting to safety is a bit more important than staying here.
Yes.
Okay, and my last question that I was able to come up with, what was it like being on the build battle stage with all the children?
It was a lot of fun. This build battle, I wasn't scheduled for one, but they needed somebody to help out. And your MC admin, who usually runs the build battle, was still on the diamond stage. So they started to ask me, and they said, "Hey, can you run the whole build battle yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure. I've not done that. Managing all the kids, but I can do it." So I was getting all psyched up to do it. And then Paige is fantastic. She helps run the whole show. And so she came over and she's like, "Yeah, I'll help you out with this." So we kind of tag teamed it together. It was a lot of fun. The kids were just building great things. We did a tree house first, and then we did a rocket ship for the second round. And there were some rocket ships were just amazing. I just look at this stuff and I don't think like that, And they had like flame that looked really cool with different colors and textures of oranges and yellows, and like using spider webs for smoke, and it was just all really cool. One guy had used the quartz pillar for the sides of his rocket ship, so it looked like the old style rockets. It was just really neat,
Awesome. So Gru asked, has this helped motivate you to build more and do more things in game in Minecraft?
Yes, it always does. I always get a big boost of energy from Mind Fair. What's really terrible is you get back to the real life. I got to go to work tomorrow, and it's like I got all these ideas and I can't do anything about it, and it gets kind of depressing in a way because you want to do stuff and you can't. And it's just my time schedule. If I can get the time to do it, I'll get more stuff done. But yes, there's just a lot of things. You see things. There's not any one thing that I've learned or anything. It's just you see what people have done. Finny Pooh had 3D printed swords.
Ooh.
Blue and gold and gray.
I didn't know those were 3D printed. I actually got one. I chose the gold one.
Right, and
those are cool.
He said he spent months printing them because he's got a very small printer. But that's something that he did. Haley brought sidewalk chalk and was giving away chalk, which I said, "You're right. They're gonna love you here at the But it's just different things that people are doing as far as Rising Stars. Watching some of the content that they've been putting out, because the people are putting out things on Instagram and Twitter, and and Discord just lit up with a special Seattle channel, and you see just things all over that you see,
Okay, we have another question from Aspie Bear. She asked, what do you think of the new Minecraft altered reality game?
I haven't seen anything about it yet. I know there's a video out. I know that certain people who got in a day early were able to go to the Microsoft offices and were able to see it and actually play it, and they said the video that has been released doesn't do it justice at all, and it's going to be pretty phenomenal, but I don't know very much about it at all. So
okay, so
hopefully.
Chad, if you're still out there, do you have any more questions? Because I personally ran out.
Well, here's the thing about Mind Fair, and since I'll go on, is that you can be, like for instance, the Ratteries, when she started doing Mind Fairs in Chicago, she only had 130 subscribers. So you can have very little, and you can try it out to be, and go interview and that sort of thing, and go to Mind Fairs. There was a kid here, Hero Rider, a short little kid, 8 years old, I believe, but little, you know what I mean? And he has like 3,000 subs, and he was just having a blast, And he, in fact, when he was doing his build battle with Admin said he took over the stage. He ran it by himself, this little kid. And
that
it
is
was
cool.
just fun, but anybody can do it. You just have to, if you want to. sign up, and they will interview you and make sure your content's good, and then you can go to Mind Fairs.
Okay. DSA says she has no questions for Tinker.
Oh,
Do you have any retorts?
no questions for me. Well, I'm not ignoring DSA right now. See, because I can't see it. So I can't be blamed for ignoring. So, I don't know. Sorry there wasn't any streams yesterday.
Oh, we got an always command in chat.
Always command. There we go.
DSA.
Mind Fair is a lot of fun. You get a lot of energy from those kids. I try to do something different this time in that on my hour and a half breaks that I would have between signings, I would take a stack of cards and I would just roam around and I would just walk up to people and they would have some fun. Sometimes they were looking for directions or whatever, finding things, but the kids would love it. You know, have you met a YouTuber? And like, no. What do you have now? And the parents would laugh and the kids would have fun, and it's just what it's for. It's just making people happy.
All right. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Mind Fair is great. It was great to meet Stina and Aletha and Candy and Amy and Gru and Ace Unhacked and Mama Ace. It was just like all family were here, and it was so much fun. And then I got all the other people that I know, like Vanilla Raccoon and Wild Goat in Effect. Everybody. It was just so much fun seeing everybody again. It's kind of like you all go your separate directions, but you're back together, and that was a lot of fun. And that's family. That's what it felt like. It felt like a big family reunion with lots of kids and creepers. But no, if you get the chance to go, go. So.
Okay. I'm gonna give you your phone back now.
Okay, I'm getting my phone back. Am I going to switch? Right there we go. So, there we did a little stream. Killed some time. Thanks guys for coming out. It was fun. Don't know where my battery's at right now. I don't see any chat movement. Okay. Wow, we've been on for 27 minutes. DSA says bye. So I will try to be on, like I said, Tuesday I'll be doing some editing and trying to get these videos together. I probably have an hour's worth of footage, but I've got to, whittle that down a little bit. Just have fun. And then hopefully I'll get that out. So hopefully look for something on Wednesday. And then we'll get back into doing, Sky Factory 4, and we'll be on the Patreon server. I don't think I have anything planned for this weekend as far as anything, so that should be good. So, Daniel Wood says, have safe travels. Yes.
That is Gru, by the way.
That is Gru. Why does it say that? Come on, man. DSA, you do on Thursday, don't forget. What's Thursday?
I think I know what you're talking about. I'll talk to you.
Okay, I do on, oh yes, I think I know what that is. Okay. By the way, DSA, I was talking about how we have a race to go to the End Dragon, and then I realized I was talking about previous seasons, and this season was kind of rough, and so I had to amend it really quick, and Amy kind of laughed at me while that was going on. So, okay, guys, I'm gonna.